from NECN, New England's only 24-hour news channel. This is New England Midday.
Coming up next on New England Midday on the Globe at Home, education writer Anand Vaishnav will be here, and we're going to talk about bilingual education in Massachusetts.
Now, the Globe at Home on NECN.
And on the Globe at Home this afternoon, how should bilingual education be changed in Massachusetts? At the Globe this afternoon, education writer Anand Vaishnav and Massachusetts State Representative Peter Larkin, Pittsfield Democrat, co-chair of the Education Committee in the legislature, who's sponsoring one plan to change bilingual education. Good afternoon to Anand and Representative Larkin.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Anand, maybe you could just tell us, you write regularly about education. What basically does the state do now to handle bilingual education for those people who are unfamiliar with it?
Right. Well, right now, bilingual education in Massachusetts affects about 39,000 kids. And by law, they're supposed to stay in bilingual education for 3 years. One of the problems is that they often stay in bilingual education for much longer than that. And that has given rise to a ballot initiative coming up in November, sponsored by a California millionaire, Ron Unz, to basically eliminate bilingual education and replace it with 1 year of an intense English immersion class. And there are a lot of problems with that proposal, so Representative Larkin and Senator Antonioni have come up with what they say is a solution to kind of reforming bilingual education in the state.
Mm-hmm. And Representative, maybe you could just give us the quick outline. Why do you think the change is needed, and what does your plan do?
Sure. Bilingual education hasn't been reformed since 1971 when it was first began. So to update that, we thought it was important that the legislature take on this issue. We have a bill called English Opportunities for All Students in the Commonwealth, and what it does is it sort of is premised on the tenets of the Education Reform 93, which is to say to people, provide us a plan, each given school district, provide us a plan that has been vetted with the local population, and basically give choices to those parents and, of course, those students. And from that choices, what we want to do is we want to hold them accountable to the plan that they propose. So we have what we call a choice plan with accountability, and hopefully, at the end of the day, English proficiency is the goal and academic success at the same time.
So, Representative, one of the big features about this plan is that you would give parents a choice in terms of what types of bilingual education their child could be under, or you'd give districts a choice.
Well, yeah. Parents themselves have choices already. They don't have to be involved in, for example, the current education of bilingual students in Massachusetts, which is the Transitional Bilingual Education Program. What we have done here is we basically asked the superintendents to provide a plan, all right, of which they can choose a number of different methods of providing English proficiencies to their limited English proficient students. For example, right now, we have, the UNS initiative would recommend one size of structured immersion, if you will. Our comment to that is that it may make some sense for some young students who have no literacy in their life background, and it may work in that respect, but in some respects we feel that we want to provide choices to the communities by way of their superintendents. And once they've chosen the path of educating their limited English proficient students, we want to hold them accountable to that plan. And that's really sort of the effort here is, at the end of the day, we want to have English proficiency. We have a timeline of this of about 3 years. Actually, you have to provide English proficiency within 2, and if you haven't done that, you have 1 year of intensive effort underway.
One of the problems people point to under the current system is that districts just allow students to stay in bilingual education for much longer than the 3-year cap. This bill would change it to 2 years plus a 3rd year in case the kid isn't ready or proficient enough to go into English. But are there solid accountability measures under your bill, unlike the current system?
Right. Right now, there doesn't seem to be any accounting at all in terms of people who've gotten into the transitional bilingual education program that is currently the Massachusetts law. And what we're saying to people is we need an accounting. We need, for example, an assessment of the student upon when they enter the schoolroom as to where they are both in English proficiency and academic excellence. And then on a quarterly basis, we want to know what progress they make. And at the end of year 1 and year 2, we want to be sure that they're succeeding both, as they say, have English proficiency and academic success. And if you're not making any success after the 2nd year, then it's required that you have an intensive program thereof. Stop to think about it from your own perspective. How many people can walk into a foreign country and in 1 year become proficient in a given language and academically successful at the same time? We know kids come to school with different needs, and recognizing that continuum of learning, do an accurate assessment, and then hold that school system accountable to the plan that they put in place.
Representative, would your plan cost more than what the state does right now? And if so, how would you pay for it?
Well, we recognize that there are some costs to doing a program a little bit better than we're doing now. Massachusetts right now spends upwards of $6 billion on the education of our students in the schools now. We're spending $50 million alone on what they call MCAS remediation. This plan requires that $12 million probably be allocated relative to what we spend in the Chapter 70 formula for bilingual or limited English proficient students. Frankly, it's a way to...
More than what is currently spent.
As I say, Massachusetts spends through their Chapter 70 formulation, so each given district spends the appropriate amount of money that they deem appropriate for their own district.
Okay. We have just a small amount of time left. What is the next step for your bill in the process of the legislature?
Well, we intend to have a public hearing regarding the bill that we filed out of the Joint Committee. We also understand that the governor's in a position right now to make a proposal, so we're awaiting her initiative. We also have the UNS initiative available in front of us as well. We should have that hearing within the month, and from there, hopefully, we'll make a decision legislatively.
Well, thanks for getting the word out and sharing your plan with our viewers, and I hope that you get a lot of people at your hearings. Thanks very much. Tomorrow on The Globe at Home, Shop on the Street columnist Diane Daniel will talk about a new perfume store in Lowell, Massachusetts. Join us tomorrow at this time.